The Shanghai Fashion Week is underway, and with the concern for environment as one of the top priorities on the agenda, young designers are showcasing their creativity with green thinking in mind. Reporter Zhang Hong takes us to the China State Shipbuilding Corporation Pavilion for a preview of the eco-friendly collections.
Designers Du Rentan and Hong Yexing presented suits blending Chinese and Western styles. They used xiangyun yarn, which is a type of silk dyed with plant juice. Since no chemicals are used, it's generally considered an environmentally friendly textile.
I used to buy a lot of clothes myself, but I often wore them only once or twice, so I thought it would be meaningful to design something that can be worn more frequently. Most of the clothes we presented this time are reversible. Some can be disassembled and become part of different outfits.
Zhang Shan and Li Sang, co-founders of the brand Aesthetic Pale, presented looks featuring dissolvable knitting with crystal beads.
Threads need to be picked by hand, so recycling fabric requires a lot of time and effort. So we want to make the process easier by using dissolvable yarn. We used crochet to join the pieces of fabric, which later fall apart after a thorough wash in hot water. I recommend dry cleaning the clothes, but they won't fall apart if rain falls on them.
We have taken sustainability into consideration since the founding of our brand. We make modifications on our stock and sell them in the next season. It controls the amount of stocks and enhances customer retention.
The 5 teams that showcased their work were selected through a sustainable design competition hosted by RISE, an organization devoted to sustainable fashion.
The fashion industry accounts for about 10% of global greenhouse emissions, but courses on sustainability are not offered at fashion schools here yet. So I think it's important to inspire young designers to think about sustainability from the very beginning, and this will help reduce pollution caused by the industry.
Du says more than 80% of consumers would consider trying sustainable fashion products.
The concept of sustainable fashion has been popular recently, and I've been keeping an eye on several brands. I'm willing to buy such products, but I will also take price into consideration.
I think sustainable fashion is perspective. As a fashion buyer, I need to learn more about it, as environmentally friendly products will be a trend in the future.
A report by McKinsey and nonprofit organization Global Fashion Agenda found that the fashion industry needs to reduce annual emissions to around 1.1 billion tons by 2030, nearly half of today's figure, to achieve the goal of limiting global warming to below 1.5 degrees set out in the Paris Agreement. Zhang Hong, ICS for CGTN, Shanghai.